jeans are torn, sweat coming through my shirt. Keep pushing even though it hurts. I'm chasing what I know is true. There's nothing that I would not do. When everyone around me drops, I'm never gonna ever stop. I won't waste another minute, no, I won't. I'm a man on a mission. I'm a man on a mission. I don't need no permission. I'm a man on a mission. I'm a man on a mission. I ain't waiting and wishing. Oh, I got that ambition. I'm a man on a mission.
Growing up, I've always dreamt of being a motocross racer, a pro motocross racer. I always wanted to race the whole series and travel and see every state and race all the gnarly tracks. And I didn't know if it was going to happen or not. I was always trying and always dreaming of it and always pushing towards it, but it was kind of one of those things that until I lined up at Hangtown for the first time, I didn't know whether it was going to come true or not. And for me, it's a dream come true to be able to travel to all the races and to see all the different states and see all the gnarly tracks and race against the best in the world. It's a dream come true, but it's still a dream in the process. It's still something that I'm working towards, and it's not guaranteed for me to be there, you know, for too long. So for right now, I just got to keep working and keep grinding towards the goal.
It's a real cool email. William sent this in. Hey Steve, I wanted to give you a shout out to Josh Mosiman for making a great moto memory for my 10 and 13-year-old boys at the WIC. We were walking by his pit and my 10-year-old asked who the number 125 was. I told him I didn't know, but the unknown rider was sitting next to his bike, so I said, let's go find out. We walked up and were immediately greeted by one of the friendliest and most genuine dudes I've run into in recent memory. After talking with him about what bikes the boys rode and how gnarly the track was, he offered the boys some radiator shrouds he had taken off his Husky. The boys lit right up. He chatted with us for a few more minutes, signed the shrouds, told us to have a good day. The whole interaction was maybe 5 minutes, but the impression Josh left on my boys lasted all day. They couldn't stop talking about how nice Josh was and how cool it was to come home with such a unique souvenir from the races. I just wanted to hit you up about our interaction with Josh and possibly get him a mention for being a good dude. Thanks, Steve.
Light a match, let it go. The fire catch, explode. Blow your mind one more time. This is the payoff.
My faith is my foundation, and it keeps me focused and guides me in everything that I do. You know, racing is awesome. It has brought me so many friends, so many opportunities. I've traveled to so many awesome places. Like, I truly live a blessed life to be able to ride a dirt bike and race and train and just keep doing what I love. And I'm so stoked just to be able to do that. But there are also so many hard times that come with that. You know, a lot of people, especially online and everywhere, you just see the positives and the easy days, and you only talk about the highlights, but there's still a lot of tough times that come, even when you're doing your dream, you know what I mean? Even though I'm doing exactly what I want to do and I'm chasing after a dream that I've had my whole life, there's still so many tough times. You know, some days it's a roller coaster, you know. Some days you're feeling on top of the world and you're feeling one with the bike, and you just jump into a rut and jump right out of it and everything's going perfect, and you're just feeling awesome and you couldn't be more stoked on what you're doing. But then there's other days where I'll come off the track and my mechanic's like, man, how'd it go? I was like, dude, I feel like a monkey on a pit bike. Like, I do not know what's going on out there. And it's in those tough days that, like, if you don't have a strong foundation, it's hard to press forward. And in the Bible, in the Philippians chapter 4, verse 4, Paul writes, he's actually in prison when he writes this. He says, "Rejoice in the Lord always." I say it again, rejoice. And he's talking about, you know, being positive and rejoicing and being joyful even in the tough times. So that teaches me that even in the tough days when I feel like a monkey on a pit bike and, you know, my lap times aren't doing so well and I'm struggling, but it teaches me that even in those tough times, like my circumstances, they don't have to reflect like everything about me. Like my inward attitude can still shine, and it doesn't have to be beaten down by the circumstances that I'm in. Schedules are gnarly as a racer. Like we're busy traveling to the races on the weekend, racing, training during the week, and it's hard to find a lot of free time. It's hard, but for me, I got to prioritize my time, whether it's spending time in the Word with God in the morning before breakfast, or going to Bible studies with friends, and just chasing after God in those settings, in community with other believers that are same age as me and that are on the same path as me, that are chasing after God. That's been a huge help in my faith, and it's been a huge boost for me, and I've learned so much just through going to different Bible studies and also serving at church in the middle school ministry. At first, when they asked me to serve there, I was like, dude, I don't know if I have enough time. I don't know if I'm even good enough to be, you know, a leader and helping kids and stuff like that. But it's been a huge blessing for me to be there, and I really enjoy it. And I'm also learning that even though, you know, I serve at church in the middle school ministry, I'm also serving God in everything that I do, whether it's traveling to the races or just being at the races or training. I could serve Him in everything that I do. And racing is awesome, but I'm not out there to glorify myself anymore. I'm out there to glorify God through my actions. He's given me the talents and the abilities to be the racer and the person that I am today. And now my purpose is to use those talents and use the place that He's brought me to today to serve Him and to bring Him the glory in everything I do, whether it's as a racer or just as a person.